Okay, hello. Right now, this is going to be a detailed video to help you access and learn how to use one of the important resources for this course. And that resource is the Pearson's ETEXT American Stories, and there is some online work that goes with that. It's called the Mylab product. Sometimes it is also called Pearson's Mastering Mylab History Products. And basically there's an online exam that you have to take with each topic. And your reading material for this class, one of the main pieces of reading material is your ETEXT, which is an online textbook, which you have to purchase and access outside of Moodle. And so in order to help you do this, I've made this short video to help you navigate and find your way through this video. So let's get started here. So the first thing you need to do is you have to get onto the Moodle page, which if you're watching this video, I know you've already done. And which I also know you've already done is you've opened up syllabus and other documents. Now, along with the video you're presently watching, the most important thing you need to open up is this right here, this student registration for Pearson ETEXT and the Mylab. So let's click on that and open it. Now, listen, everybody uses a different browser. And one of the things to keep in mind is that each browser has its own peculiarities and ways, so get comfortable using it. Things open up differently, but you should be familiar with opening up files online, sending files online, working with both Adobe PDFs and Word documents. I'm using Firefox here. All right, and as you see, it's opened up this PDF document. Now, this document itself, you should print it out, you should read it. It'll give you step-by-step instructions on how to register for the Mylab and the mastering products put out by Pearson and get your ETEXT. I'm just making this video to give you a little extra help so that you have both a visual and a textual aid to assist you. So let's take a look here. So one of the first things you need to do, this is registering for History 105-4 GCC, History of American Peoples. And you can click exactly to what you need right off of this page. See, this is a live link. And you can either type it into your browser or you can just click it like this. And it's going to take you to a page like this, right? You got a guy working on his computer. He's very happy to have such nice products to learn from. And I'm sorry that keeps popping up, but we'll just deal with that as that happens. And so first thing you need to do is register, okay? And we'll talk about how you register right now. Now, you need two things, right? You're going to need your access code and you need a course code. And they're two separate things, and it's important to know the difference. The access code is what you have to buy, and the access code gives you literally access to the online text for a set period of time. And it gives you access to the online support material that goes with the Pearson text. That's an access code. You either buy it directly from Pearson's, and I'll show you how to do that right now, or you should be able to buy it from the GCC bookstore. There should be a card with an access code. I'm going to tell you, if you have a credit card or a debit card, or have access to one, right, you are able to buy it directly from Pearson's is cheaper, right? They will actually save you about $10. I think it's $55 versus, I don't know why this keeps popping up, $55 versus $65 or so. So you should consider buying this directly from Pearson's. So let's take a look right now on how to do this. If not, though, the same thing will work. You can buy the access code from GCC. Alright, so I'm clicking this, and right here, first thing it asks you, and this is important, says do you have an email account, which you do, or else you couldn't be in this course. A course ID. Okay, so the course ID is actually a very important thing, and let me click to that real quick so you can see what that is. The important thing is, the course ID, is this right here. is the instructor's course ID. This makes sure that when you register, you're registered to this course, right? So I have your name, and we're all together. Otherwise, you can buy access but be in the wrong course. So you need both of these numbers. And right here, this is your course ID, and it's O'Brien. That's my name, Liam O'Brien, and a course code. It's 44015. And you do need this. So let's go back to this. Oh, come right over here. So you do have a course ID and the access code or credit card. Again, you either bought it from the GCC bookstore or you can buy it directly right now working through the Pearson website. So let's go and register. So first thing they want is my access code, which I have to look again, but it is O'Brien. And let me double check so I get the right one here. O'Brien 44015. O'Brien 44015. Let me go back to what I was doing. And O'Brien, that one right there, Brian 44. Alright, this is good, and you can see you're on the right track right here because it says your course, and look, it says History 105-4 GCC, History of American Peoples, taught by Liam O'Brien, that's me. Gives you all the information you need to know. So this will tell you you've so far done the right thing. Now you have to do a second step. You have to either create a Pearson's account or use if you already have used a Pearson product, a Mylab product, you already have a Pearson account. And it remembers it forever. So you might have to use this, but most of you, this will be the first time, and you're going to create an account. And the account is pretty simple. It'll ask you for a username. Your username will be your email account, and you create a password. Once you do that, it'll bring you to the next page. I already have an account. So obviously it's like any other thing you would sign in or join. Your username is your email, your password is something you've made up. Now this is an important stage right here. You have one of two things to use. If you purchased an access code from the bookstore, you're going to click this and use your prepaid access code. If you did not buy it from the bookstore didn't have it available, well, actually you're in luck because it'll be cheaper to do it this way. You can use a credit card or a PayPal account. If you have access to either one of those, or a debit card will work as well. And you're going to come right here where it says, and you have to select. This is the most important thing. It gives you two options. You need to pick this one, the one that has the Pearson's ETEXT for Brands American Stories version 2E. Okay, My History Lab, CCND, with Pearson's ETEXT. This one gives you an option to buy it without the ETEXT, but the ETEXT is the key element, so you have to actually select the $55 option. Okay, it's the more expensive option, but it's the one that gives you the book. So this is, once again, make sure you select the right product. Right, and you'll click here, and it's going to ask you to register and go through a whole series of things. I'm not going to go through a credit card thing right now, but when you're done, it should take you to a page that maybe looks something like this. But you need to find, usually in a column like this, where it says History 105-4 GCC, History of American Peoples, my name. That's your course. And it may take you right to this page, actually, if all things work out well. Now listen, if you've gotten to this page, everything has worked out great. You are now properly registered for this course, or at least the ETEXT portion of this course. And there's two assignments that go with this outside resource. The first assignment is reading the ETEXT, which I'll show you how to do in a minute. And the second one is taking the chapter exams. Before you do any of that, though, you really want to do, just like you did for Moodle, you want to go through these three steps. You know, these three steps are very important. They really to help you navigate and understand the Mylab product and your ETEXT. And this is a big one. Tune up your browser. You got to make sure that your browser is up to date, and your browser is going to be Safari, Firefox, Internet Explorer, Chrome, like a browser, your internet search and interface. And so you want to make sure your browser is up to date. You also want to look at the user guides, learn your way around it, okay? I give you almost the first full week of class really just to register for this and learn how to use it. I leave it wide open just for that purpose, because this is, if you haven't used something like this before and you're using it in conjunction with Moodle, I want you to have the opportunity to really feel comfortable using it. And we really only have two things we have to do. Another thing, I'm going to show you something real quick. You're going to need to make sure your pop-ups, that your browser allows pop-ups, that your pop-up blockers are not on, right? All browsers have the ability to block pop-ups, things, other screens and stuff popping up while you're searching. You got to turn those off. If you don't know how to do it, just go online. Go on Google, type in whatever browser you're using, how do I turn off my pop-ups, or make sure my pop-ups are allowed, that I'm allowing pop-up. I'll show you how to do it quickly for Firefox. You have to find Options, and under Options, you're going to look under right here. So here you have pop-up windows, right, under Content. Like that would be blocking the pop-up windows, and I can click Exceptions and select just this page, or I just turn off the blocker altogether. So I'm not blocking any pop-ups. If the pop-up windows are blocked, right, you have that on, nothing's going to work. Also, Moodle doesn't work very well if that's on as well. So you got to make sure this is off. And each browser has a different way of turning them off. It's pretty easy to figure out. And if you can't figure it out, Google is your friend. All right, so now that we have that off, let me show you one of two things. You have the ETEXT, and basically it is just an online version of a textbook. And you have the option to either listen to the text, or read the text, or listen to it while you read it. You could have clicked right on that. You could select ETEXT and chapter audio. You can listen to the text or read the text. I'm going to click read the text. And as we look at this is it. It's a textbook, right? And if you look at each chapter, as we go through, each topic we cover will correspond to each chapter, right? For instance, topic 1 is New World Encounters. And chapter 1 in this book is New World Encounters. They always go together. And the first assignment for every topic, and I will write this down topic by topic and remind you, but just so you know, is to read the chapter, right? So for topic 1, we read chapter 1. And the way we read it is you select it. And listen, you just have to play around with this, right? It's just like an online book. You click through, there's pages, right? You can, at any time, you could select the listen option if you're a person who does better with auditory rather than visual inputs. You click around, and you should see there's all sorts of other little things you can click and look at. All the links are live. It's one of the nice things about an online textbook. It's very versatile, right? There's a lot of information that gets put into this. And listen, it takes time to read the textbook. These are 20 or 30 pages each. There's a lot of information. You should take notes. You should be trying to absorb the information. Okay? It's pretty easy. It's pretty self-explanatory. When you're done doing all of this, when you've gone through all of this, okay, you're going to come back to the main page here, your course home. This is really important. See where it says study plans and course content? Click that. And wait. Sometimes things take a few minutes depending on how fast your computer is to open. So as you see, each of these is a chapter, right? And like I said, it corresponds with each topic. So topic 1 is New World Encounters. Chapter 1 is New World Encounters. The second assignment you will have for every topic is to take the chapter exam. Okay? And here it is. Take the chapter exam. And in order to take the chapter, you don't have to do anything else. Listen, you're allowed to play around. There's all kinds of stuff under these other media assignments, and I could show them to you. You know, all sorts of things you can watch and do and play with. Okay? But as far as I'm concerned, the only thing that I want you to do, I have to go back to it again, is take that chapter exam. So, you can do whatever else you want, but this one here where it says take the chapter exam, you need to click that. Your pop-up blockers have to be on or it will not open. I mean, have to be off. You have to make sure your pop-ups are allowed to appear. And listen, it's just a 25-question multiple choice exam. You have 10 hours to complete it. At any time, you could quit, hit save for later. The clock stops running and you could come back to it. All right? This isn't, you know, I don't want this to be a hard test. As a matter of fact, you can have this open and click back and forth to the ETEXT and look up the answers if you want, right? I expect you to get, 90 to 100 on every one of these, right? It's just to make sure that you're reading the textbook, that you're really engaging it and understanding it. There's 25 questions that kind of deal with facts and ideas directly from the textbook. That's the prerequisite to each topic, right? That gives us our grounding, our larger narrative in what each topic is about. The lectures I give you online and the other material, the films and the documents, are enhancements and additions to what's in the textbook. But the textbook will give you the grand narrative, that sort of broad-based understanding of each historical period. Okay? And without it, you really won't be able to make sense of the rest of it, or you won't be able to do it as well. And that's why, the first assignments we do each topic is read the textbook, take this online exam. And listen, you could skip around, you could answer questions, and there we go. It's that answer right there. And you skip around, you could just, you click in the answers, you can go back and check. And the bottom line is when you're done and you've gone back and checked and you're comfortable with all your answers, you click this. It says finish and submit for grading. And once you click that, well, that's it. You have finished and submitted for grading. It's automatically graded. Your scores are sent to me and I'm able to put them into Moodle. Okay? And listen, you have 7 of these. They count for collectively 20% of your final grade. And like I said, each chapter, that's in each topic, they go together. Chapter 1 goes with topic 1. Chapter 2 goes with topic 2. You read the textbook and you take the exam. And just so we remember, we can leave the page, how to find each thing. Go to the course home here is a nice place to start. Right? You can click on here to read the ETEXT. You can select the ETEXT out of here. There's lots of different ways, right? And when we click the ETEXT, just to show you a second time, and it takes a second to open up, and you see how each of these work, right? And you find the chapters, you read them till you get to the end, you flip through. As I said, you can listen to it. There's an audio option. Just play with it and get used to it. Again, and when you're done with that, you're going to go to Study Plans and Course Content. You're going to select and click on the appropriate chapter. And you're going to click Take Chapter Exam. There it is. You're going to go through and take the exam. You can go back and check things. You could have don't forget, you could have the ETEXT open at the same time. As a matter of fact, I do. Right? Pearson ETEXT is open right there. So I can click back and forth between the exam and the ETEXT, like whenever I want. Okay? So, you have that option. Here we go. It's right there. And you can look up the answers as you take it. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. That's the same as studying. If you look them up and you read them and you write them in, well, then you read it. Then you know it. So I'm going to click that off, just so you know. So that's how it works. And when you're done, you hit Finish and Submit for grading. Then you have it. And remember, if you run into problems, if things aren't working right, it's just like with Moodle. I'm going to tell you there's 2 options that usually fix everything. 1, turn off your pop-up blockers. Make sure you're allowing pop-ups for this website. That's number one. Number two, refresh your browser. Come up here sometimes and actually just click refresh. That often helps reset things. Actually, usually after you change the pop-up blockers, it's good to hit refresh. Also, make sure that your browser is up to date. Go to your browser website, use the free downloads that are on the Moodle main page or the browser tune-up that's available right here through Course Home. Any of those will work. Any of that will help make your online experience more seamless. Okay, so this is the basic ideas, and I know if you haven't done something like this before, it'll seem a little funky and a little complicated. If you have done something like this before, it'll be very easy. You'll pop right into it. Like I said, though, I'm going to give you a full week to get your time and also to get your finances together to make sure you are able to register, get all the access, understand how the ETEXT works, read the ETEXT, understand how the exams work, take the exams, okay? And understand that this is an additional part, right? You have assignments that are right in Moodle under the topics, and you have these additional assignments right here that are on this Pearson website, the Mylab in Mastering Pearson's website. Okay, so if you have any questions, again, email me right away. I know you have my phone number. It's a cell phone. You can call me. I respect late night hours, please. But if it's really an emergency and you feel it's something that has to get done, I will respond to you as quickly as I can. And again, it was good luck for the rest of the semester. And as always, please don't feel intimidated or don't hesitate to contact me at your earliest convenience. Okay. All right. Thank you and have a good semester.